Hey, good afternoon. We are in Hatton to bring you Legion Baseball here this afternoon on 105.5 KMAV and KMAV.com. Craig Keating here from Hatton as Post 70 hosts Larimore Post 97. We'll get right into the starting lineups. Visitors, Larimore Post 97. 7-13 is their overall record, and they are 6-7 in Section 3 play. This is their final game in Section 3 for the regular season. Leading off will be the center fielder, Derek Grogan. Batting second and pitching is Todd Elfman. Batting third will be the third baseman, Braden Hofer. The cleanup hitter is the catcher, Blake Yana. Hitting in the number 5 spot at first base is Bo Shaley. Batting sixth will be the shortstop, Jacob Tupa. Batting seventh is Connor Nygaard, and he will be in left field. Hitting eighth is Eric Peterson, the second baseman, and batting ninth in right field is Trevor Elfman. Larimore is coached by Jason Keating and assisted by Mike Keating. We're back with the lineup for Hatton after this. Hatton Post 70 is 16-6 on the year. They're 9-3 in the section. They have today and then tomorrow they play Castleton to wrap up Section 3 regular season for them. Leading off in pitching is Greg Thompson. Batting second is the first baseman, Jacob Planson. Batting third at third base is Jace Peterson. Hitting cleanup, the shortstop for Hatton, that's Mike Paulson. Batting fifth will be Tanner Mundaw, the second baseman. Number 6 hitter is Brock Sherva. He is the catcher, who shares a birthday with myself. Batting seventh in center field is Tyler Hagan. Batting eighth, the left fielder, John Hoos. And batting ninth is Vance Phipps in right field. Hatton is coached by Christopher Strand. And I was told by coaches Keating and Keating before this game today that Ryan Dolleslager of Thompson has a birthday today. Also, Chad Amdahl telling me that Hatton catcher Brock Sherba has a birthday today. It's also mine. And Torrey Hunter and probably other people in the world. Strike in the outside corner. Derek Grogan, the batter, lead it off as we're underway 2 minutes before 6 p.m. Swing and a miss at a fastball. 0-2 now to Derek Grogan. Larimore, orange tops, the vest tops with the gray pants. Hatton wearing the yellow tops with black trim and the white pants. Cold, strike three in the outside corner. Grogan's down on 3 pitches. One down to here, top of one. That'll bring up Todd Elfman. Defense for the Hatton Flyers, Post 70. Outfield left to right, it's John Hoos, Tyler Hagan, and Vance Phipps. At first base, Jacob Planson. At second is Tanner Mundahl. At third base, Jace Peterson. Mike Paulson, the shortstop. Brock Sherber, the catcher. And Greg Thompson on the hill. 1 ball and no strikes to Todd Elfman. Elfman will be on the hill for Larimore in the bottom half. Trying to check swing there and rolls it down to first base. Easy play there. Stepping out of the bag is Planson for the out. 2 down here on just 5 pitches. Brings up Braden Hofer, the third baseman for Larimore. Babe Ruth baseball today. I believe it was Hope Finley picking up a win over Mayport, and then Larimore beat Hope Finley. Swinging and a miss for a strike. And right now, Thompson and Hatton are playing in Babe Ruth. Werner will be the undefeated team going into tomorrow. The loser will take on Larimore tomorrow. Strike in the outside corner. So it's down to 3 teams on the Babe Ruth level in the area. This one fouled out of play. Still 0-2 to Braden Hofer. 2 down for Larimore in the top of the first inning.
ESPN.
Here's the line from Thompson in the pitch. Breaking ball inside. 1-2. Hofer digs in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball off the glove of the pitcher Thompson. Bobbled a bit by Mundahl. He'll fire it to first. In time for the out. 1-4-3 to get Braden Hofer. Larimore down in order. We're through a half inning. BW Motors scoreboard. Larimore nothing. Hatton coming to bat. Hatton will come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. They'll bring up Greg Thompson, Jacob Planson, and Jace Peterson to face Todd Elfman. Larimore went down in order in the top of the first inning. You hear that breeze blowing through the trees down the left field line there. Couple more warm-up throws for Todd Elfman. Let's set the defense for Larimore. Outfield left to right, Connor Nygaard, Derek Grogan, and Trevor Elfman. At first base is Bo Shaley. At second, Eric Peterson. Jacob Tupa at short. Braden Hofer at third. With Blake Yannick catching and Todd Elfman on the mound. So Greg Thompson will step in here to lead us off for Hatton in the home half of the first inning. First pitch on the way. It's up high for ball one. Final Section 3 regular season game for Larimore. Hatton still has one more to go. They play Castleton tomorrow here in Hatton. That one's on the inside corner for a strike. 1-1 now to count to Greg Thompson. Here's the wind and the 1-1 on the way. Up and in for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tomorrow on 1520 AM KMSR, we'll have coverage of Hope, Findlay, and Mayport. That'll be from Frost Field in Hope. That'll be our final regular season game on the air. Section 3 tournament in Castleton starts on Tuesday. Up and in for a ball, and it's 3-1 now to Greg Thompson. Here's the line and the pitch. Misses for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk. Greg Thompson will go down to first base. I'll bring up Jacob Platson, the first baseman. Left-handed batter. Look over to first base by Todd Elfman. And a pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. No score, bottom of the first inning. These teams just playing the 1 7-inning game today. Another check of the runner down at first base by Todd Elfman. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike now to count to Jacob Platson. I just got a text message. Talk about it in a moment. Runner takes off. Pitch is a little bit low. Thrown out in time. A stolen base. 2-1 to Platson. Thompson steals second. All I got was a text message with names, nothing else. I'm only going to assume that this is must be other people that have July 18th birthdays. Ben Diesel, George Machine Gun Kelly, Harriet Nelson, Avazi and Harriet, and Red Skelton. So thank you for that. And I mentioned before that Brock Sherva of Hatton, Ryan Dolleslager of Thompson, a couple of guys that I've heard that also have birthdays today. That one's inside. And Platson will take first base with back-to-back walks here, allowed by Todd Elfman. So 2 on and nobody out here for Hatton. First couple guys getting on by way of the base on balls. I'll bring up Jace Peterson. First pitch. This one, foul territory, first base side, and it's going to drift out of play just alongside the concession stand. No balls and 1 strike to Jace Peterson. He'll step back into the batter's box. Check of the runners. Elfman's pitch. And this one kind of jammed him, but he's going to drop it into left center. Rounding third, Thompson, and he'll score. Throw down to second, now rolls away, but it's not going to allow Platson to get any further. He'll stop at second base. So an RBI single off the bat of Jace Peterson, scores Greg Thompson from second, and it's 1-0 Hatton, still with nobody out. First hit of the ball game. Mike Paulson will step in, right-handed batter, hitting in that cleanup spot. Liner, it's going to fall into left field. This will score Pladsen. Big turnaround second by Peterson, but he'll stay there, and it's 2-0 Hatton. RBI single off the bat of Mike Paulson. Jacob Pladsen scores from second. So back-to-back RBI singles here for Hatton, and that has put them on the board. 2-0 Hatton over Larimore. Still nobody out, and Tanner Mundahl, the lefty, he'll step in. And he'll send a fly ball right center. Moving over and making the catch is the center fielder, Grogan. Throw down to third, and the throw is going to go off of the fence in front of the dugout, throw to the plate. And will they call the out? Yes, they will call the out at the plate. So the ball got thrown away, but an out was still recorded, so you can't really call it an error, I guess. So Peterson's cut down at the plate. The out recorded on Mundahl is the first out. Paulson ends up at third. And the out at the plate, a 5-2 putout. Holford to Yana. First pitch a ball to Brock Sherva. 1 ball and no strikes. So runner at third and 2 down. He reaches out and grounds one deep in the hole. It's short, fielded there. Throw across is not in time. The run will score. Tupa, the shortstop, got to it quickly, but it was near the fringe of the outfield grass. And it's beat out for an infield hit by Brock Sherva, and a run batted in for him. So Hatton goes up by a score of 3-0 as Paulson scored on the play. Runner at first and 2 down. Brings up Tyler Hagan. Runner taking off, breaking ball in the outside corner for a strike, thrown out in time. Stolen base for Brock Sherva. So the runner in scoring position now. No balls and 1 strike, 2 down in the inning. Checking the runner at second by Todd Elfman, and the pitch. Ground ball past the mound. Shortstop Tupa reaches out for it. Can't get there. It's through for a hit. This will score the run. As Sherva comes in from second base. Hagan is aboard with an RBI single. 4-0 Hatton. Still with 2 down in the bottom of the first inning. And stepping in is John Hoos. Swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike. 8th batter to come up for Hatton. Just got a text message with more birthdays today. Nelson Mandela turned 95 today. Joe Torre, Ricky Skaggs, Penny Hardaway, Ben Sheets, Deion Branch. I mentioned... Is Ryan Pladsen the birthday today, too? A lot of July 18th birthdays. It's a big day. Hit by the pitch was Hoos, so he goes down to first. See, I wouldn't have said anything except my brothers told Chad Amdahl that it was my birthday today, so all of a sudden I started hearing who else's birthday it was. No balls and 1 strike to Vance Phipps. Next one's outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 on, 2 out for Hatton. They've already brought 4 runs across. And this one is a little bit inside. 2-1 now to Vance Phipps. Left-handed batter standing in there. Swinging and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out and 2 on. 4 runs in for Hatton. 4-0, bottom of 1. Next offering is high, full count. 3-2 to Vance Phipps. 9 batters here for Hatton in the bottom of the first inning. Runners go. Pitch is off the plate for ball 4, so Phipps will head down to first base. That is walk number 3. Hoos to second. Hagen to third. And a conference at the mound. So infield all at the mound right now, talking it over as 4 runs have come in, and Hatton threatening to do more damage here in this first inning. They have the bases loaded and 2 down. 9 batters have come to the plate. Greg Thompson will be the 10th batter. He'll step in just a moment. The 3 Larimore outfielders also met in center to have a quick discussion. Catcher Yana making his way back behind the plate. So Greg Thompson steps in. He started this inning reaching on a walk, and he scored the first run. He'll take the first pitch inside. 1 ball and no strikes. And the pitch on the inside corner for strike, 1-1. Hatton will be the 2 seed in the upcoming section tournament in Castleton. Chopper foul on the third base side. Coach Strand is going to run down there along the fence and get the baseball. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Greg Thompson. And the next one's fouled straight back, still 1-2. Temperature right around 90 degrees or so today. Clear sky. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a dip in the temperature, around 80 tomorrow and 72 on Saturday. That one is over the batter. 2-2 now to Greg Thompson. Yano is able to come up with it with Greg Thompson ducking out of the way. There's a fly ball, center field, way back, Grogan to the fence. He's got it right against the fence. So a deep fly out for Greg Thompson. And that will do it for Hatton in the first inning. They get 4 runs on a total of 4 hits. No errors and 3 left. We're through 1 VW Motors scoreboard. It's Hatton 4, Larimore nothing. We are through 1 inning. The score is Hatton 4, Larimore nothing. Hatton has 4 runs, 4 hits, and they have committed no errors. Larimore with no runs, no hits, and no errors. For Larimore, it's middle third of the order. Yana, Shaley, and Tupa facing Greg Thompson. Larimore down in order in the top of the first. Blake Yana, the catcher, right-handed batter. He steps in to lead us off here, top of 2. Here's the wind by Thompson and the first offering. It is off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Next one on the way. That one is inside. 2-0. Greg Thompson back on the hill after sending Larimore back to their dugout very quickly. Last inning. Strike in the outside corner. Just missed a home run. Hit one pretty well right outside the press box here to Derek Grogan, who's standing right at the base of the fence. 2-2 now after a swing and a miss by Yana. And he'll swing and miss at that one as well. Yana's down on strikes. Second strikeout for Greg Thompson. 4 up and 4 down for Larimore, and Bo Shaley will step in and try to be the first base runner. Shaley will take a practice cut and then step in. Jason Keating coaching on the third base side. Mike Keating coaching on the first base side. Strike in the outside corner, 0-1. Mike is a late addition to the team, helping out here in the last weeks of the season. On the inside corner for a strike. It's also helping out Jason at the Babe Ruth team. 2 strikes here to Bo Shaley. Low and away. 1-2 now. Again, we'll wrap up our regular season coverage with Mayport at Hope Findlay tomorrow on KMSR 1520. That one hit to short. Paulson has it. He'll fire to first in time. 6-3 on the putout. Paulson to Pladsen. 5 up and 5 down so far as Larimore is still in search of their first base runner. I'll bring up the shortstop, Jacob Tupa. Wind in the first pitch from Thompson, low and outside, ball 1. Larimore coach Jason Keating told me earlier that Tupa pitched for the Babe Ruth, pitched a 7-inning complete game win yesterday, and pitched 5 innings today to pick up a win in the Babe Ruth tournament. Ground ball, second baseman Mundok comes over, throws to Pladsen at first in time. 4-3 on the putout, 6 up and 6 down. As Greg Thompson retires Larimore in order here in the second. On the BW Motors scoreboard, it's 4-0 Hatton. 10 batters came up for Hatton in the first, so it'll be 2, 3, and 4 due up. It's Pladsen, Peterson, Paulson, as they will face Todd Elfman here in the second inning. Hatton picked up 4 runs on 4 hits in the bottom of the first. Left the bases loaded as Greg Thompson hit a fly ball all the way out to the fence. Center fielder Derek Grogan, standing up against the fence, came up with a catch. Just about ready here for the bottom of the second, but Yana, I think, was checking something with his gear. And now Jacob Pladsen will step in. He walked and scored his first time at the plate. First pitch blown away, 1 ball and no strikes. You'll hear the entire Section 3 Legion Baseball Tournament only on KMAV coming up Tuesday through Saturday of next week. Pitch inside for a ball. Two balls and no strikes to Jacob Pladsen. Misses for a ball, 3-0 now. 14, possibly 15 games in the section tournament. We'll have all of them for you. KMAV 105.5 FM and KMAV.com. 4 games on day 1 on Tuesday in Castleton. There's a strike in the outside corner. It's 3-1. Pladsen steps back in. Todd Elfman, the pitcher, checks with Yana for the sign. Here's the wind and the 3-1. Ooh, called a strike there. Looked like Yana pulled that one back in. Full count to Jacob Pladsen, leading it off here in the second. Fly ball, center field. Grogan comes in a couple steps. Now he goes back, and it's over his head all the way to the fence. And it's going to be a double here for Jacob Pladsen. So it's a leadoff double. Grogan went in a couple steps and then tried to backtrack, and it was beyond him and out to the fence. Chase Peterson will step in. 1 for 1 with an RBI single. Fastball on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Look to second and the pitch. Breaking ball gets away. Runner will move up. So Pladsen will take third on the wild pitch. First wild pitch thrown by Todd Elfman. This is the final game for Larimore in Section 3 play. 6-7 is their record in the section. Hatton at 9-3 in the section. They'll play Castleton tomorrow to wrap up Section 3 regular season. Inside for a ball. Ultimately, tomorrow's game won't mean anything in terms of seeding between Castleton and Hatton. Those two will be the top 2 teams. They just get a little tune-up match right before the tournament. High for a ball. Runner at third, nobody out here for Hatton. Bottom of 2. Ground ball, that one's up the middle for a hit. Pladsen will score from third. Peterson with an RBI single for the second time, as he is now 2 for 2. 5-0 Hatton. Nobody out here in the second. Batter will be Mike Paulson, the shortstop. Paulson's 1 for 1, RBI single and a run scored. Breaking ball popped up, and it's going to get out of play. No balls and 1 strike to Mike Paulson. Checking the runner down at first base by Todd Elfman. And the pitch. Curveball, strike on the inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. Todd Elfman on the hill. The pitch to Paulson and a liner just foul. Third base side. Still 0-2. Chase Peterson, the runner at first. 1 run in here in the second. And Hatton has a 5-0 advantage over Larimore. Ball gets thrown back in. Elfman takes a moment. Now checks with the catcher, Yana. Runner takes off. Pitch is up and in. Thrown out in time now. He turned on that. Did he go around, though? They're waiting for the base umpire to turn around and check. No, he went. So Paulson strikes out. Peterson gets the steal. The pitch is up and in, and Paulson trying to hold up, but he is down on strikes, and that is the first strikeout for Todd Elfman. Runner in scoring position and 1 down. That brings up Tanner Mundahl. Mundahl 0 for 1, fly out to center. Ground ball, foul on the first base side. No balls and 1 strike here to Tanner Mundahl. Jace Peterson, the base runner, he's at second. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball off the plate, 1-1. Mentioned Hatton will be the 2 seed. Larimore is looking at probably a 6 seed in the upcoming section tournament. That one in tight. 2-1 to Mundahl. Now the throw to third. Got him for the out. So they will get the out down there. I don't know if it was a case where maybe they thought the ball got away. Be 2-5 on the put out. 2 down. That one's outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Mundahl. This one popped foul, and it'll get out of play. It's a full count. Bases are empty with 2 down for Hatton. They've scored a run here in the second to go up 5-0. Here's the line from Todd Elfman. 3-2 pitch. Up and away for ball 4. That will be walk number 4 on the day for Todd Elfman. Brock Sherwood takes off the rest of his gear, and he'll step in as he is the catcher for Hatton. Sherva's 1 for 1, infield hit and a run banded in, and he scored a run. Look over to first base, runner goes back. First pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes to Brock Sherva. Four runs in the first, 1 here in the second for Hatton. That's been the difference so far. Ground ball down the line. It's a fair ball into left field. And now it's beyond the left fielder. And they are going to stop Mundahl at third. And Sherva at second. I'm going to call that a hit and an error, as that should have been a single. So that's going to be a single for Sherva. And the ball getting by allows him to move up, so it'll be an E7. As that one got away from Nygaard in left field. First pitch to Tyler Hagan is a fly to left center. Moving over is Grogan. He's got it for the out. So Hagan is now 1 for 2. Hatton gets 1 run on 3 hits. There's 1 Larimore error. And there were 2 Hatton runners left on base. We're through 2 VW Motors scoreboard. It's Hatton 5, Larimore nothing, and we'll bring you the 3rd inning after this 90-second timeout. Well, we are through 2 innings of play. Hatton has 5 runs on 7 hits, and they've committed no errors. Larimore with no runs, no hits, and 1 error. Bottom third of the order here, Connor Nygaard to lead it off for Larimore. First pitch down the middle for strike 1 on a fastball from Greg Thompson. Nygaard, Peterson, and Trevor Elfman for Larimore. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes here to Connor Nygaard. Next one on the way. And a swing and a miss down on strikes is Connor Nygaard. 3rd strikeout for Thompson. He struck out the first batter in each of the 3 innings. 7 up, 7 down. Larimore still in search of a base runner. Eric Peterson will step in, second baseman. Fastball, outside corner, strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Thompson doesn't waste any time. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fall back, 0-2. 5-0 Hatton. 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second. All runs are earned runs. 2 strikes to Eric Peterson with 1 out. And the pitch, low and outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trevor Elfman on deck. It's high for a ball. 2-2 now to Eric Peterson. Down low, full count. Well, this at-bat started at no 2 count. Now it's a full count here to Eric Peterson. And there's called strike 3 on the outside edge. 4 strikeouts for Thompson. He struck out back-to-back batters here in the 3rd inning. Brings up Trevor Elfman. Right-handed batter. Swing and a foul. No balls and 1 strike. Next one on the way. Nice breaking ball on the outside corner. Dropped it right in there. 0-2 to Trevor Elfman. Ground ball off the mound. Shortstop Paulson has it. Throws it to first in time. 6-3 on the putout as Larimore goes down in order here in the third inning. And we're through 2.5 on the VW Motors scoreboard. It's Hatton 5, Larimore nothing. Well, we're going to go back and make a change here. That last batter was not Trevor Elfman. Looks like Larimore brought in their only sub, Daniel Landman, to hit. So that was actually Daniel Landman who grounded out 6-3 to end the last half inning. So defensively, we've got a change as the starting left fielder, Connor Nygaard, moves to right field, and Daniel Landman will be in left. The starting right fielder, Trevor Elfman, came out of the game. So that, again, that last player at bat was actually Daniel Landman as he grounds out 6-3. So Larimore 9 up and 9 down, still in search of a base runner. Bottom of the third, John Hoos to lead us off. Number 8 hitter in the order. The first pitch is behind the batter. 1 ball and no strikes. John Hoos, followed by Vance Phipps and Greg Thompson, batting for Hatton in the bottom of the third. Hatton up 5-0 over Larimore. Up and in for a ball. 2-0 out of John Hoos. He was hit by a pitch his first time at the plate. Here's the wind. And pitch on the way outside. 3-0 now to John Hoos. And there's a strike in the outside corner. That'll make it 3-1. Todd Elfman on the mound for Larimore. He's given up 7 hits in 2 innings. Struck out 1 and walked 4. And I think he was trying to check the swing, but he went around. Full count here to John Hoos. 5 runs scored by Hatton. All 5 are earned. Charge to Todd Elfman. Just inside, close. John Hoos will draw the walk. And that is walk number 5 for Todd Elfman. I'll bring up the right fielder, Vance Phipps, the left-handed batter. Phipps walked back in the first inning. Strike on the outside edge. No balls and 1 strike. Look over to first base by Todd Elfman. Next offering's fouled off. 2 strikes here to Vance Phipps. Listening coverage of American Legion Baseball from Hatton on your sports play-by-play leader in the Red River Valley. 105.5 FM, KMAV, Mayville, Portland. Online, KMAV.com, on your smartphone. A couple of different ways. If you have an Android phone, you download the KMAV Radio app. If you have an iPhone or iPad or BlackBerry, you download the TuneIn app and search KMAV. A lot of different ways you can pick us up. Catcher Yana has been out there at the mound talking with Todd Elfman as the count remains at no balls and 2 strikes to Vance Phipps. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. John Hoos is the base runner at first. Yano will crouch back down, hang the sign. And the 0-2 pitch out of the way. It's high for a ball, 1-2. Hatton hitting the ball pretty well today. 7 hits through 2 innings. And there's called strike 3 on the outside edge. Phipps is retired for the first out. That is strikeout number 2 for Todd Elfman. And we'll head to the top of the order. Greg Thompson will step in for the 3rd time today. He is 0 for 1 with a walk, a fly out, and a run. Throw to first, not in time. John Hoos safe at first base. There's a high pop into shallow right field, and making the catch. Look what I found. The second baseman, Eric Peterson, was at the last second, he went back and then reached out for it. I think maybe he thought the right fielder, Nygaard, was going to come in and get it, but it wasn't very deep. It was just skied. And the second baseman gets the put out. 2 down. Brings up Jacob Planson. Runners off, pitches high, throw not in time. 1 ball and no strikes to Jacob Planson. John Hoos gets the stolen base. Planson is 1 for 1. He's walked, he's doubled, he's scored 2 runs. Hatton with a runner in scoring position for the 3rd straight inning. This one ripped down the right field line, but foul. And out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two down here. Runner at second for Hatton in the bottom of the 3rd. Ground ball, just foul. Right by first base. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jacob Planson, who's been ahead on the last couple pitches from Todd Elfman. Planson takes a moment. Now he steps back into the batter's box. Another look at the runner. And the 1-2 pitch. Down low, 2-2 now. Jace Peterson on deck if Planson can keep the inning alive. Elfman gets a sign from Yana. 2-2 on the way. Ground ball, foul. First base sign again. So they'll try it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. John Hoos at second base. He started the inning with a walk. Pair put out since. And that pitch way off the plate. Hoos thought about taking third, and then Yana had run it down quickly, and the runner had to go back to second. So it's a full count. Back-to-back at bats for Jacob Planson, then he's reached a full count. He doubled last time. And it's off the end of the bat, foul on a roller. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. And by my count, this will be pitch number 8 coming up here to Planson from Todd Elfman. Pitch on the way. It's high for ball 4. So Jacob Planson to reach safely for the 3rd time today. And that is walk number 6 for Todd Elfman. And the 2nd time that he's walked Planson. 2 on, 2 out for Hatton for Jace Peterson. Peterson's 2 for 2, 2 RBI singles. Another look at the runners. First pitch. Off the end of the bat, foul. No balls and 1 strike to Jace Peterson. 7 hits for Hatton. They've also had 6 base runners on walks and a base runner on a hit by pitch. This is popped up, and it's backing out of play. 0-2 to Jace Peterson. Elfman trying to get out of this inning without giving up a run. He's got 2 base runners to worry about. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball just inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tomorrow it's Mayport at Hope Finley. Legion Baseball on 1520 AM KMSR. inside, 2-2 now to Peterson. Then coverage of the Section 3 Legion Baseball Tournament starting on Tuesday. The only place you're going to hear all the games is KMAV. Pitch outside. Three and two here. This was an 0-2 count to start the at-bat. Now the payoff pitch with the runners going. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes is Jace Peterson. Todd Elfman strikes him out. His third K of the ball game. Hatton here in the third. They get no runs on no hits. There were no errors and 2 Hatton runners left on base. We're through 3. VW Motors scoreboard. Larimore trails Hatton by a score of 5-0. We'll get ready for the 4th inning after this 1-minute timeout. Well, the first time through the order, Greg Thompson has done a really nice job against Larimore, not allowing a base runner. Second time around starts now as it's 1-2-3 in the Larimore order. Grogan, Todd Elfman, and Braden Hofer. 1 strike here to Derek Grogan, leading it off. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Pitch from Thompson. That one just missed. Not sure if it was high. It definitely didn't look like it was inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Low and away, 2-1 now to Derek Grogan. 9 up, 9 down for Thompson. He struck out 4 of those 9 batters. That one is high for a ball. 3-1 now to Derek Grogan. Swinging a foul. That hits the light pole and ricochets back onto the mound. Greg Thompson throws the ball back in to get another one. 3-2 to Derek Grogan. By my count, that is the second full count of this ball game for Larimore hitting. Here's a ground ball to short. Fielded by Paulson, throws to Platson at first for the out. 6-3 on the play. Grogan is down here in the 4th. And the batter's a pitcher, Todd Elfman. Elfman is 0 for 1 with a ground out. He'll step in, a right-handed batter for Larimore. This one popped up, foul territory, a long run. Platson dives and just can't quite get there, but a good effort there by the first baseman Platson, who ran right in front of the fence area in front of the Hatton dugout, that protective fence. No balls and 1 strike to Todd Elfman. Next offering. Ground ball, second baseman has it, drop, pick back up, throw to first in time. Tanner Mundahl to Jacob Platson, 4-3 on the put-on to retire Todd Elfman. 2 away in the top of the 4th, and Braden Hofer is going to step in here. A 1-4-3 ground out his first time as it went off the glove of Thompson. And they got picked up by Mundahl, who threw it to Platson, 1-4-3 on the put-on, back in the first inning. Breaking ball is off the plate, ball 1. 11 batters up, 11 batters down so far. Foul out of play. That'll make it 1 ball and 1 strike to Braden Hofer. Hofer playing at third base today for Larimore. Sends a high pop-up. Platson underneath it. He'll have it right on the foul line behind the bag. Larimore down in order for the 4th straight inning. 3.5 BW Motors scoreboard. It's Hatton 5, Larimore nothing. Well, get ready for the bottom of the 4th inning as Hatton will come to bat. And let's see here. They will bring up the middle third of the order. Mike Paulson, Tanner Mundahl, and Brock Sherva to face Todd Elfman. Greg Thompson's faced 12 batters, and he's retired all 12. Now Todd Elfman on the mound facing Hatton in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Mike Paulson today, 1 for 2, RBI single and a run scored in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Big cut by Mike Paulson. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. Low and outside. That'll make it 2-1. Babe Ruth baseball tournament up in Thompson. Thompson held on to win 7-6 over Hatton. Pitches fouled off 2-2 to Paulson. So a 7-6 Thompson win over Hatton in the Babe Ruth tournament. So that means that tomorrow Larimore play Hatton in a loser-out game with the winner to face Thompson in the championship. Thompson would have to be beaten twice to keep them from going to state. Pitch inside for a ball. 3-2 now to Mike Paulson. Payoff pitch on the way and hit him. So Paulson's hit by the pitch. That is the second time that Todd Elfman has hit a batter in this ball game. And checking with Paulson to see if he's okay. I'm not exactly sure where that got him. If it got him on the arm or... It was a pitch that was up and in. Looked like it maybe got his arm or his hand or his elbow or something. Tanner Mundahl will bat, left-handed batter, with Paulson at first base. And the ball's going to get away. Wild pitch. So Paulson's at second now. And that is wild pitch number 2 for Todd Elfman. 1 ball, no strikes to Tanner Mundahl. Bottom of the fourth, Hatton batting with a 5-0 lead over Larimore. Outside for a ball, 2-0 to Tanner Mundahl. Wind continues to blow the trees down the left field line. Next one's down low. 3 balls and no strikes to Tanner Mundahl. A little bit of a breeze here in Hatton. Temperature in the upper 80s to around 90, I would guess. That one is way upstairs for ball 4. So Tanner Mundahl on a 4-pitch walk will take first base. 7 times that Todd Elfman has walked the batter. So 2 base runners here for Hatton and nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning. That'll bring up Brock Sherba. Sherba's 2 for 2 today. A couple of singles. 1 run scored, 1 run batted in. Ground ball fouled on the third base line. Just foul. No balls and 1 strike to Brock Sherba. Two on, nobody out here for Hatton. Tyler Hagan, the on-deck batter, with Sherba standing in there, and 1 strike to count. Pitch from Todd Elfman on the way, low and outside. Yana did a good job to keep that from the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Sherba. This one popped up foul territory, and getting over there to make the catch is Braden Hofer, the third baseman. That is out number 1. So Sherba is retired. Still 2 base runners for Hatton. Tyler Hagan is the batter. Hagan is 1 for 2, RBI single, and a fly out to center. And he will drop this one foul. Over toward the Hatton dugout. No balls and 1 strike to Tyler Hagan. Hatton scored 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Added a run in the bottom of the second. They lead 5-0 here in the 4th. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes to Tyler Hagan. Hatton has 7 hits in the ball game, which came in the first 2 innings. They have not had a hit since. Fly ball, center field. Grogan comes in a couple steps. He's got it. 2 gone. Runners will stay at first and second. And the batter is John Hoos. Hoos, no official at bat thus far. He has 2 plate appearances. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning, and he walked in the third inning. He'll bat here in the fourth with Tanner Mundahl at first base and Mike Paulson at second. Hatton trying to extend the lead, up 5 runs over Larimore. And that one hit him. The upper arm up near the left shoulder area. So John Hoos hit by the pitch. Second time he's been hit. Third hit batter for Todd Elfman. That pushes Tanner Mundahl to second and Mike Paulson to third. So the bases are loaded for the right fielder Vance Phipps, who hits in the number 9 spot in the Hatton lineup. Home plate umpire runs down another baseball. So the bases are loaded here. 2 down. And the left-handed batting Vance Phipps steps in. First pitch from Todd Elfman. Low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Elfman's ready. Next one on the way. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hatton has had 5 base runners in the last 2 innings here, and none of them are on hits. It's outside. 2 hit batters and 3 walks. This inning and the previous. In the first 2 innings, there were 7 hits and 4 walks along with a hit batter. Fouled back, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Vance Phipps with 2 down. Bases are loaded with Hatton Flyers. Todd Elfman back on the rubber. Checks again with the catcher, Blake Yada. And the pitch. This one up the middle. It's going to fall in for a hit. This will score at least 1, and that's all they're going to get. Everyone advances a base as Mike Paulson scores the run. Mundahl to third, Hoos to second, and Phipps is on with an RBI single. 6-0 Hatton. And we'll go to the top of the order in Greg Thompson. Thompson is 0 for 2, a walk and a run scored. Back in the first inning, his second time at the plate in the first inning, he hit a fly ball all the way out to the fence with the bases loaded to end the inning, a deep fly to center. And it's a ball here, 1-0 to Greg Thompson. There's a drive, left field, way back and way out of the ball yard, well beyond the 365 sign in left center. And it is a grand slam home run for Greg Thompson, making it 10-0. What a shot by Greg Thompson. Mundahl scores. Who scores? As does Phipps. And then Greg Thompson. And it's 10-0 Hatton here in the fourth. And that was a shot. Conference at the mound here. Bases are empty now. 2 down still in the bottom of the fourth inning after a grand slam home run by Greg Thompson. And it's a pitching change for Larimore. We'll find out who it's going to be after this 1-minute timeout. Well, there's 3 defensive changes here. The starting pitcher, Todd Elfman, goes to center field. Starting center fielder, Derek Grogan, now playing at third base. And the starting third baseman, Braden Hofer, will take over on the mound for Larimore. For Todd Elfman, 3 2/3 innings. And he gives up a total of 9 hits and 10 runs, and all 10 are earned. Total of 7 walks. He struck out 3 batters, threw 2 out pitches, and he hit 3 batters. And that's the final line on Todd Elfman as the bases are empty here at 2 down. After a grand slam home run well out of the ball yard here for Greg Thompson to left center. Jacob Platson is the first batter that Braden Hofer will face, as it's now 10-0 Hatton in the bottom of the fourth. 2 down, bases empty. Here's the wind and the pitch. And that one is a shot down the right field line. And this is going to be a fair ball into the corner. On its way to second. Now the ball picked up and thrown in by Nygaard. To third base is Platson with a triple. So it is a triple right out of the gate for Jacob Platson after the pitching change. And a runner at third and 2 down for Jace Peterson, who is the 9th batter to come up this inning. Platson, by the way, is now 2 for 2 with a pair of walks, a double and a triple. 2 runs scored. Swinging a foul back, no balls and 1 strike to Jace Peterson. 2 for 3, 2 RBI singles. Catcher Yana talking with the pitcher Braden Hofer. Again, 3 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 10 runs, all earned, 7 walks, 3 Ks, 2 wild pitches, and 3 hit batters for the starter, Todd Elfman. Next pitch from Hofer. In tight, getting out of the way was Peterson. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hofer's next pitch coming. Foul back. 1-2. 10-0 Hatton in the bottom of the fourth. Scheduled for just 1 7-inning game today. Tomorrow, Hatton will play Castleton in a game that won't matter for seeding purposes, but it's going to be a good game, I would imagine, tomorrow between the top 2 teams in the section. There's a swing and a miss from Peterson down on strikes. First strike on a relief for Hofer. Hatton is finished here in the fourth, but they send 9 to the plate. They score 5 runs on 2 hits, including a grand slam home run off the bat of Greg Thompson. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. We're through 4. VW Motors scoreboard. Hatton 10, Larimore nothing. Well, Greg Thompson, he has done a great job on the mound. 12 up, 12 down. He'll face the middle third of the order for Larimore in the top of the 5th. Larimore is going to need at least a run to keep the game alive. Swing and a miss to Blake Yana. No balls and 1 strike. Yana's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 5 runs all earned in the bottom of the 4th for Hatton. That went off the plate, 1-1. So it's Yana, Shaley, and Tupa. Larimore again needs a run to avoid the 10-run rule, ending the game in 5 innings. Swing and a miss. 1-2 to Yana. Greg Thompson, 12 up, 12 down. He struck out 4 batters. And he got him. Another swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts there, 1 down. 10-0 Hatton in front. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Bo Shaley to step in. He is 0 for 1 with a ground out. I would say Hatton is in just about top form today, and this is the time of the year that you want that for sure. This is it. They got Castleton tomorrow, game that won't matter for the seeding, but Castleton and Hatton, the top 2 seeds in the upcoming tournament starting on Tuesday. Again, we'll have the entire tournament on the air from Castleton. 14 games, 15 if necessary. Pitch to strike, 1 ball and 1 strike to Bo Shaley. Next one on the way. It's low and in, just about hit the batter. And Larimore has not had a base runner yet, so it came close right there. 2 balls and a strike. Breaking ball outside, 3-1. 3-1 to Bo Shaley, who steps out for a moment. Now gets back in there. Thompson's ready. Here's the wind. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Full count. And by my count, that is the 3rd full count that a Larimore batter has had today. The first 2 have resulted in a strikeout and a ground out. Payoff pitch from Thompson. Swing and a miss. Got him. 6 strikeouts for Greg Thompson. 14 up, 14 down. 2 down here in the 5th, and Jacob Tupa potentially an out away, Hatton, for picking up a 5-inning win. Tupa 0 for 1 with a ground out. Strike at the knees, 0-1. This Hatton squad's got a lot of pitching, we know. And they should do well in the section tournament. Swinging a foul back. 2 strikes to Tupa. Castleton beat Hope Finley today 6-5. Close ball game. I think Castleton beat Hope Finley pretty bad the first time. 19-2 or something like that. There's a ground ball. Took a hop off the mound. Mundahl has it. Thrown to first. It's a no-hitter. And a perfect game for Greg Thompson. 4-3 putout. Greg Thompson with a perfect game over Larimore today, and he hit the grand slam home run to boot in the bottom of the 4th to make it a 10-0 ball game. Final score, game shortened to 5 on the 10-run rule. It's Hatton 10, Larimore 0. We're back in 2. Well, dominating performance today by Greg Thompson on the mound, and he also does it with the bat as well, as Hatton runs away with it 10-0 in a game shortened to 5 innings on the 10-run rule. Hatton defeats Larimore at home today. A perfect game for Hatton's pitcher Greg Thompson in 5 innings. Very fast game, 1 hour and 15 minutes. For Hatton Post 70, the Hatton Flyers, they had 10 runs on 10 hits, and they committed no errors. They left 8 runners on base. And for Larimore, no runs, no hits. Larimore committed 1 error, and nobody left on base. Again, a perfect game for Greg Thompson in 5 innings. Take a look at the scoring summary here first. And it was all Hatton, of course. So we'll start with the bottom of the 1st inning. Greg Thompson walked, stole 2nd. Jacob Planson with a walk. Jace Peterson's RBI single scored Greg Thompson. RBI single for Mike Paulson scored Jacob Planson. And then 1 gone in the inning on a fly out for Mundahl. The throw coming in got away, so Jace Peterson tried for the plate. He got cut down at the plate 5-2. So then there were 2 down. Brock Sherman with an infield hit and the run batted in, as that brought in Mike Paulson. And then a Tyler Hagan RBI single would score Brock Sherba. So 4 runs for Hatton in the bottom of the 1st. Then in the 2nd, Jacob Planson had a double to lead it off. RBI single for Jace Peterson scores Planson. And Hatton was up 5-0. Then in the 4th inning, 9 batters came up in the 4th for Hatton. Mike Paulson led it off. He was hit by a pitch. Went to 2nd on a wild pitch. Tanner Mundahl reached on a walk. Then 2 down in the inning. John Hoos was hit by a pitch. And Vance Phipps came up RBI single. That scored Paulson. Bases remained loaded, and Greg Thompson hit a home run to left center field. A grand slam, scoring Mundahl, Hoos, Phipps, and, of course, himself, Greg Thompson. And in left center, you got the 365 sign. This is well beyond that. I was told that it hit the telephone wire that came across, and it would have just kept going if it didn't hit that wire. So 400-plus foot home run for Greg Thompson. And Hatton scores 5 in the 4th to go up 10-0, and that's your scoring. And again, Larimore did not have a base runner as Greg Thompson threw a perfect game. Game shortened to 5 innings on the 10-run rule. Hatton wins it 10-0 over Larimore. Back here on the postgame report is Hatton defeated Larimore today 10-0. Game shortened to 5 innings on the 10-run rule. Winning pitcher for Hatton is Greg Thompson. He threw a perfect game. 5 innings, struck out 6 batters. Losing pitcher for Larimore, Todd Elfman, 3 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 10 runs, all 10 were earned. He walked 7, struck out 3, 2 out pitches, 3 hit batters. And in relief, Braden Holford, no decision, 1/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. At the plate for Hatton today, Greg Thompson was 1 for 3 with a walk, a grand slam home run. He had the 4 RBIs on the home run, scored 2 runs, including the run on the homer. Jacob Planson was 2 for 2, 2 walks, a double, a triple, 2 runs scored. Jace Peterson was 2 for 4 with 2 RBI singles. Mike Paulson at the plate, 1 for 2, single, hit by a pitch, 2 runs scored, 1 run batted in. Tanner Mundahl was 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a run. Brock Sherber was 2 for 3, 2 singles, a run and a run batted in. Tyler Hagan is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. John Hoos, 3 plate appearances, no at-bats. He was hit by a pitch twice, he walked once, and he scored a run. And Vance Phipps was 1 for 2 with a walk, a single, a run scored, and a run batted in. 10-0 Hatton over Larimore, game shortened to 5 on the 10-run rule. We're back with more after this 2-minute timeout. We'll wrap things up here at the player of the game selections. Co-players of the game. First off, Greg Thompson. How can you not go with him? He had a perfect game, 5 innings, 6 strikeouts on the mound. At the plate, hit a grand slam. And also, besides the grand slam, he scored a run after walking his first time at the plate. I'll also go with Jacob Planson, who's 2 for 2, reached base all 4 times, 2 walks, a double, a triple, and 2 runs. Those are your player of the game selections. Greg Thompson and Jacob Planson of Hatton. Again, it was a quick game, 1 hour, 15 minutes. Hatton 17-6 on the year overall. They're 10-3 in the section. They have 1 game left in Section 3 play as they will take on Castleton here in Hatton tomorrow at 5 p.m. Larimore will drop to 7-14 overall, and they will finish their Section 3 regular season with a record of 6-8. Tomorrow we will wrap up our Legion baseball coverage for the regular season. We've got 1 more to go. Tomorrow on KMSR 1520 AM, it'll be Mayport at Hope Finley. Twins baseball returns after the All-Star break. The Twins are on the air tomorrow here on KMAV, so we'll have Legion baseball tomorrow with Mayport at Hope Finley tomorrow on Sports Radio 1520 KMSR. And then the section tournament starts on Tuesday of the coming week. Tuesday through Saturday in Castleton. We'll have the entire tournament on KMAV from Castleton at the Section 3 Legion Baseball Tournament. So that'll do it for tonight. The other score that we had, again, it was 6-5. Castleton over Hope Finley today in Section 3 action as well down in Castleton. So 6-5 in that game. And again, the final score here was 10-0. Hatton over Larimore. Game shortened to 5 on the 10-run rule as Greg Thompson throws a perfect game. We ask you to patronize our sponsors, or at the very least stop in and thank them. They're the ones who make these sports broadcasts possible on KMAV. For engineer Dan Keating, from Hatton for KMAV Sports, I'm Craig Keating. Good evening.